believe I'm recording. Make sure. Yep. Oh, the light is blinking. Anyway, this is the weird camera. Very strange. Night vision thing, but it's way fucked up. Anyway, it doesn't really matter. Conference report. Yeah, I'm glad he's on the subject of antinatalism, but his did a thought experiment number 1. And, yeah, I just thought it was kind of lame. In a lot of respects. Basically just arguing, what if there was a 1 in 1,000 chance that your child would come up to you and politely say, oh, gee, I don't think my life was too super, and gee, I wish you never had me, blah, blah, blah. And, compared to the other risk people are facing right now, there's a lot more than a 1 in 1,000 chance, okay, that your kid is going to be born with some kind of disability. There's actually like a 1 in 4 chance. So head start is going to be less than your head start, so to speak. So if you're not disabled currently, there's a likelihood, a 1 in 4 chance, that your kid is going to be less physically capable than you are. And people are perfectly comfortable with that. They don't care. No, what they are is they're not risk averse in the first place, so they don't focus on risk. And secondly, they're not sober. So those are two important kind of words. They're fit into your metaphorical crap. At least the word sobriety does. The idea of sober thinking. People don't soberly have children. They do it in a sloppy, reckless, thoughtless, childish manner, which is very ironic. Yeah, they don't calculate the risk. They don't appreciate the risk. They don't acknowledge the risk. They just do it because they think it's the thing to do. And they think it's the thing to do is because, yeah, nobody can get real. The religious nuts, of course, endorse it because God says so. And the intellectuals play along because they're afraid. Yeah, they're afraid of the truth. So they're running from it too. To acknowledge that there's reasons not to procreate is to acknowledge the failure of life. The fact that it isn't what it needs to be. That it lacks a functional system. And even our systems are so far from compensating from that lack of function. I mean, this world does not create fairness. It does not create justice. Two very fundamental concepts to a logical mind. I mean, these are things that logic just it runs to. These things are infinitely sensible, and there is none. And even in our systems, we break the system almost, I would almost argue, intentionally, because people are so incapable of honoring those concepts. Honesty, justice, fairness, these are not things on the top 10 list of priorities for the average human, because they've learned to survive. And that's all their justification. That's all the need they have. That's all they have to justify is their survival. It's justification for everything. Because they're in the game. And they'll do what it takes to keep themselves strong. They'll make some other, I need to love myself to love the world. They'll make up some sort of crap and live by it. And only a mind drunk on bullshit, unsobered by nonsense, could find solace, or comfort, or purpose, or something other than humiliation. Something other than humiliation in contriving nonsense like that. Even in all the pop culture, oh, whoa, ow, logic, ow, is perceived to be, ow, damn, got some new holes in me, ow, they game reality to stay to the Shakespearean Stoic scripts. So logic is always perceived to be some kind of sterile, empty, vacant thing as opposed to the joyous, redeeming somehow in the end, emotional bullshit. I remember the first Star Trek movie, the actual movie, Viger. It was this robot kind of thing, and a very logical, mechanical device seeking to find its God, because it was the byproduct of our technology left into space that effectively, essentially reproduced into a artificial intelligence. And so it was seeking its creator. and so it starts off as a very logical device, although nasty, unnecessarily nasty. Like there would be some reason to exterminate the carbon units when there wasn't any reason to. There was just a reason to say, gee, you're pretty unfunctional. What the hell do you people do? It would certainly see purpose in fully answering that question before saying eradicate. So there's the first crime against logic, was that logic just wants to harm something and take away the fun. But the biggest crime was the ending, where when it finds out that God is shit, a delusion of a carbon unit, a back scratcher of the carbon unit, it turns into an emotional basket case and says, I need somebody to hug me and love me. So let's have a singularity fuck off or something, a whack off. Let's have a big emotional wank. And it was just, but they do this to all the whole Star Trek thing is polluted all over the place by this premise. They create the idea of Vulcan, and then they turn Vulcans into capitalists, essentially, or some other kind of bullshit, and you're just like, what the fuck? I mean, they turn Vulcans into emotional basket cases for no good reason. So anyway, I'm just going to place this camera somewhere and go about my business and see what it records while I'm going about my business. But it's hiding it. That's the trick. Putting it somewhere that gets a view of something but doesn't get seen and stolen, pilfered. Yeah, because that would suck. Seems like a reasonable spot. Yeah. Alright, till next time. Still recording. Pretty neat. Anyway, oh, what the heck? What was I? Yeah, some people just don't think. They don't think. And they don't appreciate risk because the risk isn't theirs. I think that is a key ingredient. If they had to actually endure the risk they're subjecting the new person to, I don't think they would be much inclined to take the risk, especially considering average circumstances. They're just not that great. I wouldn't want to live the average human life. There's just no way. So I don't really understand why people are, why this shouldn't even be debatable. It should just be written off that people have children for unsober psychological reasons that have nothing to do with right, wrong, good, bad. Just has to do with what they want. Period. Period. That's it. A notion in their head of the moment, or of the week, or of the month. Risk really isn't considered. It's pretty much willfully ignored. I mean, I've seen many who do exactly that. They don't even want to hear about a risk. They're just going to be optimists, and they're just going to wish on a star, and everything will be okay. Because, everything worked out okay for Pinocchio, and so, yeah, it'll be okay for them. I mean, that's the danger of fairy tales. The lies told. Because people really do just keep thinking that only happens to that other guy because he's unlucky. He's stupid. He stepped on a sidewalk crack. So, yeah, he deserved it. We're not even, the human race isn't even worthy of, or capable, it's a more appropriate word, I suppose, of conversation, intelligent conversation. They can't have one. All they have are a lineage of cliches, simplisms. Ooh, that's a good one. Simplisms. Just notions. Popcorn and cotton candy notions of reality. They're not living in reality. They're living in a false, fake world created in their delusioned psychology, where they have the power to control the circumstance with the power of their will and all this other mumbo jumbo. They'll will it to be okay. And and yeah. So that is the dismal thing. And then the intellectuals again just play along. They're the people who are capable of logical thought. Just placate the babble. Just keep feeding the morons, the storytelling, the narratives, the Joseph Campbell mythery that just keeps everybody rolling along. Look, even the smart guy talks complete nonsense. Yeah, it just feeds the idiots. Just tells the idiots that their nonsense is okay too. Because look, intelligent people are full of shit. So, yeah, depressing circumstance. Yeah, I got nothing to say to it except, whoa, people be dumb and semi-impervious to undumbness. It's really hard to bash the stupidity out of them. But there's no real option but to try. Right? Yeah, I believe that's correct. Anyway, enough of a video again. Oh, I said anyway. Fuck that word. Or whatever I'm supposed to say. Yeah. Finishing up and such, salutations and whatnot. Mud and shit. God, I wish this weather would do something else. But I'm not going to complain. It's summer. Oh, the sun's almost going to come out. Of course, after I go swimming. But whatever. I am not complaining. It's not snowing. So I'm better off. That's all. I'm just better off. Plain and simple. Better off not to be under the snow. Alright, that's enough. You can look at the whatever it's called, a rhododendron. Whoa, this camera's got a horrible focal length. I wonder whose fault that is. It won't let me fix it. That's really, man, you were looking right up my nose. Well, too late now. Yeah, and it's all night visioning for some reason. But it can do what it wants. It's a camera. Works sort of, kind of. I like it. Yeah, you can infrared look at the flowers in infrared. Ooh, ooh, gray. Yeah, gray flowers. Ooh. Okay, enough of that. Till next time.